Today, we are going to work on this owl. This is a buddy color. It is my first official buddy color of my channel, and I'm so excited. Are you in on this? It's not too late because this is not due till mid-January. So if you're watching this, well, depending on when you are, you can still do it. And if you've missed the buddy color time frame, you can still do this page, and it's going to be super fun. So I've grabbed some of Sarah Renae Clark's color cube cards. I'm really a big fan of understanding what I'm doing, if that makes sense, to go in with the plan, especially because I'm using alcohol markers, at least to base this. So what I'm thinking is I want this owl to be realistic. If you know me, friends, you know I have a thing for realism. So what I'm thinking is this is going to be the card for the owl. This will be more for the crown, and I want this owl to actually be a white owl. It's probably not a white owl, but I'm going to make it white so that all of the colors and everything else happening in the picture really pops. Then this color card, this card, this is 208, and I did forget to mention this one is 213. These are both from the first volume of the second edition of the color cards under the Christmas tab, so it's so fitting. I want everything inside of the owl. I'm going to make it look like it's wearing a sweatshirt because then I'm not going to be so frustrated that why are all these things in the owl. So the owl is wearing a sweatshirt and these are the sweatshirt colors. So that's what I'm going for. And for the owl's eyes, I'm going to go with some type of a gold that can go along with the color of the crown is what I'm thinking. So now I'm going to grab my Ohuhu swatched cards. I do have the Honolulu Bee set, but there are numbers on here for the ones that are not Honolulu Bee. So I'm going to just start. Let's get the owl based in first. So he's going to be gray. I don't know what this is, of course, because I'm going to just say this is a scarf that it's wearing. So the parts that are going to be white are going to be the feathers down here. And this area in here is going to be this color. So I'm going to find this color on my swatch cards. I think I'm going to go with Cloud Gray. Cloud Gray is CG01. Or CG020 if you have the previous version. So CG01, Cloud Gray, I'm going to grab it. I have it right here. It's probably not going to come into focus because I am so close to the camera. Like it's literally like right on top of my hand because I want to make sure I'm going to zoom in and make sure you guys can see this very clearly. So I am going to do the underneath part. I'm not doing anything on his head or eyes, and this is a scarf. I'm going to do his feathers and down here. So I am going to move you, and I'm going to use the brush tip side. I do have a cardstock behind this paper, and this coloring book page is single-sided, which is awesome. But the thing you have to worry about then is bleed through to the next page. So that's something to consider. Okay, so I am just going to get this. It always is going to go down a lot darker than it actually is because it's alcohol markers. I do really love the way the alcohol markers go down in this book. I'm not reserving those circles. We can use gel pens or something else later. I want to make this doable. I really love how the turtle, I did like the turtle in that other book, but how the polar bear is coming out that we started on the live stream. At the time of filming this, it is Monday, and Hannah Carlson's Merry Christmas has won out. I'm going to use this to base the entire feathers. Because if we want to come in with black later for something, we can. So I'm going to just lay in the feathers. So I think tomorrow's live stream, I'm not sure when this is going to air, so that live stream might have already happened. I think we're going to be working on that page with the snowman, and I'm really excited about that. That's something I've been wanting to color Are you coming to my live streams? You should. We have an absolute blast at the live streams. Let's see. I like that. We're going to come around and we're going to do this side next. And I think I'm going to actually do a darker color for the bottom feathers and just use my artistic license. I'm such a fan of alcohol markers. They just go down so nice. This paper is really smooth too, so it's just very fitting with it. Okay, so do I want to do down here, these feathers all the way down here? I think I want to grab a slightly darker shade. So looking at our color chart, I don't think I want to go crazy, but I think I want to maybe go, I think I'm going to go this color, gray, CG24 or CG050. And that's just literally called gray. I'm still using the brush side of the alcohol marker, and I am going to get all of these feathers. And the really nice thing when you're doing feathers with alcohol markers is you already have the line, so you don't really have to worry about blending. I'm not worried about that anyway, because we are going to come over the top with Prismacolors. I really like that combination. I feel like it's just a really solid, like a quick win. You're welcome to just do whatever you want or use other pencils if you have it. How is your day going today? I hope it's fabulous. I am so new to coloring, but all day today, I just could not wait to color. Not that I don't enjoy doing other things, because I do, but it is just so relaxing. I'm sitting on the floor in my studio, in my office rather. My new office is still not done, but it is coming soon. I've been saying that for so long, but it really is. Let me slide the book up. Make sure you can see really clearly. And I am going to do this side first. Just come straight around. I don't find that this spreads very far in this book, like it did rather in R.J. Hampson's book, or my books even. The Amazon paper, it does take alcohol markers well, but the other side of that is it really bleeds through because it's so absorbent. This paper is like a dream. I kind of wish some of her, like more books were single-sided so we could really just go to town with our alcohol markers. I know I'm not alone with that thinking. But I really love working in pencil. I don't know if I would just want to do markers for things. I know that could be maybe a fun challenge. But I'm so partial to layering. If you know me, friends, then you know the layerist in me. I definitely went out of the line there. That's my fault, not the paper. For the very bottom feathers, I want to go one shade darker just to make our life even easier. So we're using this gray. So I'm going to use Web Gray CG28, and I'm sticking with the brush tip side. This is just going to make it faster when we come over the top with pencils, because we're not going to have to do very much. You can make this as fantastical as you want. My brain goes more towards realism. I don't really think there's a right or wrong way to do it. It's whatever floats your boat, so to speak. So satisfying. I might make the very center black. I think I am. I think what I might do is gradually get darker and darker. While I like to plan colors to some degree, I also like to go in the moment with what I feel in my heart for what's going to work. I really like to reserve the right to change my mind with colors because unless I'm doing a commission of a person or an animal and I clearly it needs to look like them, even then, there's so many colors in other things that there is some leeway with color choices. I'm liking that. This is going to be very different than I don't even know if I've ever seen this page colored in. So we used this color, the web gray. So now I want to go, we've got this ridge, which I think I might want to do the lightest gray for that we used, or the second lightest. So I have 1 box and 2 box. And these outlines are going to be a different color. So I think I'm going to do graphite gray, BGY18. And the graphite gray, I'm going to use this for both of these inner spots. I really can't color in the lines, friends. It is just so hard for me. I like that. See, now that I said it doesn't spread a lot, this seems to be spreading a lot. I want the owl's eyes to be gold around here, but I want its pupils to be this color, but not all this color. So I'm going to show you a great trick. So I've still got the graphite gray, but I want to add a little bit of blue in there. I'm a really big fan of doing something like that, and we don't have to go like crazy with how bright it is, but I think I am going to go with this one, the Stone Blue B311. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to uncap both of them. I have the Stone Blue in my right hand and the Graphite Gray in the left, and I'm going to start with this one, and that's going to be reserved for white. So I'm going to just kind of do this, then come in. I'm liking that. We can always come over the top with some acrylic or some gel pens later. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm not really worrying about, it's kind of like I'm drawing that shape. Eyes are very rarely one color. You could put so many colors in here, but I am going to put colors in with the pencil. Also, this is more for my brain, so I know that this is what's going to happen. Going back in with that blue, just to define that moon shape. Okay, I'm liking that. Remember, it has to dry. It's not going to be as dark as that. So now we need to grab some of the other colors. So let's go for the yellow on the eyes, the orange and the yellow. I am not coloring all of these different colors because I don't like that look very much. Instead, what I want to do is pick a bright yellow, a middle value yellow, and then a really deep one. So we're going to go with canary, mustard, and toffee. Canary is Y19, mustard. Do I want canary? Actually, I think I want bright lemon yellow, Y17, mustard, Y111, and toffee, Y215. So bright yellow, Y17. Let's grab that one. And I'm going to radiate them out. So this brightest one, this yellow one, the bright yellow, I'm going to put that around this part. I don't know what I'm doing with that part of the eye yet. So I'm going to do this part on the eye, the lightest color of the yellow on both eyes. Not worrying about those little dots in there. Now I'm going to grab the mustard Y111 and I'm going to do the next ring around this color. I like it. This is the speed I'm actually coloring. I'm not speeding it up or slowing it down. I want you to see I'm taking my time, but I'm not going super slow either. This mustard color will be a fabulous color for the crown. So while I have it out, I'm going to do this side of the crown this color and the back one's a different color. And I'm just going to color the front part of this crown. This color. It's like therapy. Art really is like therapy. It is so cold here today. It's like it was 2 degrees earlier today. Last time I asked what the temperature was with Alexa, she told me it was 2 degrees. That is cold. Very cold. Okay, that's going to be fabulous. It's going to tie things together. I'm going to use this same color for its claws. So I'm going to slide the book up and I'm going to just get its claws in. If this is not the first time you're watching me, then you know it's very important, you've heard me say this lots of times, to create unification inside of your page. So if we have this a completely different color, we need to put the color in more than one spot so it just makes sense. Slide the book down. Okay, I think the owl is really looking fabulous. I'm going to grab that toffee color, the Y215. And I'm going to use this one to go around the last part with all of those kind of like ball looking things. A lot of times with eyes, the darkest is going to be on the inside. I decided to use some artistic license to draw the eye in to his eye, to draw our eye in to the owl's eye by making it go from dark to light. What I'm learning is because these pages are so fantastical, and it's not like this is just a drawing or painting of an owl, I can change things up and go with how I feel. And I really want to embrace that feeling because it is not second nature to me. Oh, I really, really like that. Its little beak. And I think I'm going to make this its eyebrow. I am going to make this an eyebrow, and this is the top of the crown. So this and the eyebrow, I think I'm going to do a darker color. We went with cloud gray. Then we went with gray. So it's CG24. This way I can go over the top and make it any other color intertwined in there. So I'm going to just... Now you could make the bottom part darker. Actually, I might do that. It might be kind of cool. Or I can do it with pencil. Wish you were here with me right now so I could ask which one you want to do. Because we're going to come over the top with pencil and it's going to be quick. It's going to be a quick win. I kind of went over that a little bit, but that's okay. I think I'm going to do the inside one shade darker. So that is graphite gray. No, that's the web gray. Sorry. CG28. They do not look anything at all like what the caps look like. So right on this one, I'm going to come around. It looks so much darker when it's wet. I'm trying really hard to stay in the lines, and it's not easy for me, friends. Come around this side. I'm going to bring this straight down carefully. I'm going right over those details because it's going to dry. I'm going to be able to see where it is. I'm not worried about that. This is going to be some type of like the scarf, like we talked about. This part is also its head. So I think I'm going to do it this same color, this CG28, to unify this part of it. So I'm doing the inside part that's going to connect right here. I have a thing for owls and snails. But owls are probably my favorite. I have an owl that lives in my backyard. I haven't seen her this year. I haven't really been out there very much. I mean, obviously not today because it's really cold. But we lost our dog. She was a chocolate lab, and it kind of changed the way that we go outside because we've got 5 acres, and she just loved being outside. So I was out there all the time. I used to film my intros for my cooking channel out in the woods with her. It's like people would be asking, why are you outside? I'm like, well, my house is under construction. It's been under construction for a very long time. This very outside part, I want to leave that. I think actually, let's go in with the lightest color, the cloud gray, the CG01. For this part, the very outer part. Right there. This is going to be like some type of greenery and ribbon. This is going to be something like that. This is going to be part of the sweater, like it's wearing this vest or sweater. I didn't really think the whole thing through, but that's okay. Now we need a darker color for the back side of the crown. So we're going to use, why don't we use the darkest color that we used here, the toffee, Y215. That's going to be back here. It's going to help us out of the gate to give the illusion that that's farther away. That's right here. This part of the crown, I feel like we can make this gold too, and this could be jewels on it, is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I do want to do that. So we're going to go in with that mustard, which is what we used right here. And I'm going to do all of this, but I'm going to try to not go on these ones, but the circles, I'm just going to go on those. Either that, or is this part of the crown? I think it is. Shall we do it? I say yes. So I'm going to come around here. If you by accident go over that, we can always come in with something else. I'm going to come around here. Try to go around that one. Try to go around the curved ones. As best I can. Come around like that. Yeah, that way we'll make it look like it's got jewels on the crown. I like that idea. We can use gel pens, or I'm not exactly sure what. And I don't know what this is. I wish I did. So if this is a scarf that it's wearing, I think I'm going to make it like a red scarf. And this is going to be what color? I think it's going to have to be red. Also, I'm not entirely sure. It's sitting on a perch. And it's got these teeny tiny birds down here, which we're going to do the birds in pencil. And I think I'm actually going to do pencil for the perch. So thinking about the background, I'm not sure what we're going to do for that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to base in its sweater. What I've decided to do is to make the sweater all green. I decided I don't want it to be lots of different colors. So this is going to be green. I actually want him to have a green scarf. And I'm going to give him green eyes. We're going to do this very limited. So I'm going in with Sour Apple G49 because it's a very pale color and we can do a lot with it depending on how we want to proceed later. So I'm going to go inside part here. And I'm actually going to put it on the other one also. I'm going to do the same thing here. We're going to use that other line just for shading with the pencils. Okay. And I'm going to base this entire scarf in this color. I think we're going to go for it. Instead of making this a hodgepodge of colors, we are going to really make this just look so awesome through shading. And we're going to get to do a lot with the metal. I know a lot of my friends are asking for more tutorials for how to do metal. So you've got it. We're basing the crown, the gold crown, with the alcohol marker, and we're going to come over the top with pencils and really bring everything to life. I say to life, but of course a crown is not alive. Sweep around. Okay, I'm really liking this scarf like that. And I'm wondering if I want to make this gold. I kind of feel like it should be gold. Like it's a gold clasp that's holding the scarf on. I think I'm going to reserve that to be gold. I'm going to slide the book up. And I'm going to do this entire thing in this color. How simple is this, right? I'm going to reserve those little dots, those cubes or not cubes, whatever that is. Essentially, right now, what we're doing is we're flat coloring. So it's super stress reduction, stress reducing. No anxiety here. thinking how I want to do the jewels. Do I want them to be like pearls or like crystals? I don't think I want to bring red in for that. So they could also be like green and gold jewels. That could be super nice. I am thinking about making that green because of what I'm thinking about. I get so inspired when I start and when I'm like looking at color. It's just so inspiring to me. Are you like that? Tom just got home from work. And that's one of the reasons I decided to film in my office instead of in the kitchen, because then it kind of limits what he's able to do. I don't know what these are, so I'm going to take it. That's jewels. That's going to be gold. So I am going to make this green. I'm going to just do the whole thing green. Because then I could put some sparkle on it. So I think I'm going to make these green also. I really like that. See, as soon as I put it on, I see some unification and I'm here for it. So do I want this to be gold? I feel like the gold, if these are gold, it's going to really tie everything together. And I already bled through down here. So I'm going to just make them green. Executive decision. Okay. So we're going to come in and we're going to do those, the gold color, and then the entire owl is based. So I'm going to go in with that mustard color, the Y111. And I'm going to just color, because then we can make this sparkle. I could use my stickles or whatever. So those are green up there. Do I want these? Do I want these to be gold or green? I feel like they're going to have to be green to give the unity. Do you see what I'm thinking here? If these were gold also, it's the same as those almost. So let's stick with this thinking that I'm having, because I think I'm going with it. This is that sour apple color. I have not changed greens. It's one shade of green for the whole entire thing. Okay, so where have we missed? Have we missed anything on the owl? I don't think so. So we've got the owl based. And the only thing that doesn't make sense then, looking at this, is if this is his sweater, but that's the owl. I think it's okay. We're going to go with it. And we might come around later and make these jewels on the owl like it's tattoos on it almost. Okay, this is going to be part 1. The basing of the owl. Should we do this greenery? I say yes. Let's get that in while I have this marker. I think it would be just super quick to just get all those in. So it's the same color. I just want to see the color on the page. Bring this book down and carefully. I'm trying so hard, friends, to be like super careful. I went outside the lines there. It's gonna happen. I cannot help myself. Get this one over here. I'm gonna slide the book up. Okay. Get this one. Let's look up some more. I really like this lap desk that I got. Today I raised the table up so I can actually fit my legs underneath. I literally was like squished at first when I was using it, and I'm like, what am I doing? It can be raised. I'm kind of thinking at this point, I do want to base the rest of the page so everything is done. And I want to go in with a wood color. I almost think we need to use the gold. I think we need to use that gold color, the mustard color. That's going to really create a lot of unity, except for where his claws are. So do I want to go with the darker color then? I'm going to go the darker color. You see what I'm thinking through right here? This is the Toffee Y215. What I'm thinking through here is what is going to be the pathway of least resistance. Does that make sense? So the whole page looks based because I'm going to come over the top and I'm going to be able to layer lighter colors over this one way or the other. Prismacolors will go over it, and I can lighten this in some spots and bring it out, or I can always go over it with acrylic marker. But it is going to just be a lot easier for the whole thing to be based. So I'm going to now concentrate on this side, and I'm going to just do the whole thing in this color. And just I'm really liking this color scheme. I'm glad I did not go for red and green. I just wasn't vibing it, and gold and green just look so good together. Just put the book down for you. They just really, it makes it pop. Like this owl's eyes they're already popping, but they are really going to pop by the time we get done with this page. Let's see. I'm going to come around this way now to meet up with it. Sometimes it can be really helpful to turn the book. Slide the book down over here. And a lot of times I do that if I'm not filming. Sometimes I'll do it if I am filming, like depending on the circumstance. Okay, now what I'm thinking, because see, I'm working through it, is this is going to be like a gold bird. It's going to be like a yellow finch. So I'm going to use that brightest yellow color that we did, that bright lemon yellow Y17. And I'm going to put it over the entire bird. Birds, rather. Now that is some unification of color that we have achieved. We have our entire owl based. And be sure to come back for part 2. Depending on when you watch this video, it might already be out. And if it is, I will link it up at the end of the video. Otherwise, thanks so much for spending time with me today. I love you guys. If you made it to this point in the video, will you put a crown emoji in the comments? This is such a fun game. I love playing with you guys. Thanks for spending time with me today. Happy coloring, and I'll see you in part 2. to the grand finale of this. Take care, guys.